All right, let's jump right in. When we think about Windows 10, it's so easy to just file it away as yesterday's news, right? But today, we're going to look back and really uncover its unsung legacy. All the foundational, innovative ideas that are still shaping how we use our PCs every single day.
So yeah, it's official. Windows 10 has hit its end of life. What that means is no more big feature updates. It's basically being put out to pasture, and you'll only get security updates if you really go out of your way to find them. But here's the interesting thing. What if leaving Windows 10 behind doesn't mean we're leaving its best parts behind? The truth is, the most impactful features it introduced are not only alive, they are absolutely thriving. In so many ways, we're all still living in the world that Windows 10 built for us.
So first up, let's talk about a massive community. PC gamers. Windows 10 didn't just make a few small tweaks, it fundamentally changed the entire playing field for millions and millions of people.
The first huge deal was something most of us never even see directly. DirectX 12. The best way to think of it is like a super efficient translator. It lets a game talk directly to your computer's hardware, cutting out all the old, slow middlemen. This one under-the-hood upgrade absolutely defined the last decade of PC gaming performance.
And when you put them side by side, wow, the difference is huge. DirectX 11, the old standard, it really struggled to use modern CPUs with all their different cores. But DirectX 12, it was built for them. It let games spread out the work and squeeze every last drop of power from our graphics cards. We're talking double-digit performance gains in a lot of games. It was a massive leap forward.
Okay, let's talk about sharing those epic gaming moments. Does this quote bring back some, let's say, cringy memories? For years, if you wanted to record your gameplay, you had to deal with this clunky, third-party software that would slap a giant, ugly watermark right on your video.
Well, Microsoft saw how annoying this was, and their solution was just really smart. Instead of making you download another clunky program, they built the fix right into Windows 10. They called it the Game Bar.
I check out how simple it was. You literally just press a key combo, hit record, and bam, you're capturing clips, screenshots, audio, the whole shebang. But the best part? It barely used any of your PC's resources, so it wouldn't lag your game like those old programs used to. It just worked right out of the box.
Okay, let's shift gears from gaming and talk about the power users. Because Windows 10 wasn't just for fun. It brought some seriously powerful tools for developers, multitaskers, and all kinds of professionals.
First up, the Windows Subsystem for Linux, or WSL. I absolutely love this rephrasing. It's not a Linux thing, it's the Linux Subsystem for Windows. And it was a total game changer for anyone who needed to jump between a Windows and Linux environment without having to reboot their whole system. Now, here's the problem I think every single one of us can relate to. Desktop chaos. You know the look, one screen, dozens of windows open, just a total mess. For years, that was just how we worked.
So what if you could get all the organizational power of having multiple monitors, but, without the extra cost, the tangled cables, and all the clutter on your desk? This is the exact problem Windows 10 decided to solve. And the solution was virtual desktops. Now yeah, Mac and Linux users had been enjoying this for years, but it finally came built into Windows. Suddenly, you could organize your apps by task, keep your work and personal projects totally separate, and just cut down on all that visual noise. It's a feature so many of us now use every day without even thinking about it.
Okay, for our final feature, we need to talk about your PC's Silent Guardian. This was an improvement that benefited every single Windows 10 user, whether they realized it or not.
And this comparison really shows the night and day difference. Before Windows 10, PC security was a mess. It was a patchwork. You almost always needed to buy some third-party antivirus, which usually slowed your whole system down. But after Windows 10, we got the integrated Windows Security Suite. Powerful, free, and efficient protection built right in from the start.
And hey, don't just take my word for it. Independent tests find over and over again that this built-in protection, as the source puts it, happily holds its own against even premium antivirus suites. That is a huge statement about just how good and reliable it is.
What this really means is that we've all gotten so used to having solid built-in security that we've kind of forgotten what a massive game changer it was. You could honestly argue it was the most important everyday quality of life upgrade that Windows 10 delivered for the average person.
So where does all this leave us? Well, the legacy of Windows 10 isn't some dusty relic in a museum. It is the literal foundation of the modern Windows experience that we all use today in Windows 11.
I mean, just think about it. This is the toolkit we all inherited. You've got high-performance gaming with DX12, instant gameplay capture with the Game Bar, powerful development with WSL, amazing organization with virtual desktops, and that essential built-in protection from Windows security. These aren't just a list of features. They're the very pillars of how we use our PCs right now.
And that brings us to our final thought. The innovations from Windows 10 truly defined a decade of computing. So as we look forward, the real question becomes, what will be the game-changing features that define the next 10 years?